Speaker, the Finance Minister's report card is in. Canadians have the highest consumer debt in the G7. Per capita GDP has fallen for 6 consecutive quarters, and Canadians now make $30,000 less than their American counterparts. This is a made-in-Canada per capita GDP recession. And in the face of global trade and economic uncertainty, the Finance Minister's plan increased taxes on energy, on entrepreneurs, farmers, and physicians. So will this Finance Minister reverse her tax increases so Canadians can keep their jobs and investments at home?
The Honourable Minister for Finance and Deputy Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the Conservatives seem to have an inferiority complex vis-a-vis the United States. But on this side of the House, we are proud to be Canadian. We are proud that the inflation rate in Canada has been within the Bank of Canada's target range all year. We're proud that we have the lowest debt and deficit in the G7, far lower than the United States. And we are proud of our universal single-payer healthcare system, which means Canadians live 4 years longer than our friends south of the border. We're proud to be Canadian. They should be too.
The Honourable Member for Simcoe North.
Mr. Speaker, every day you turn around, it's another scandal coming from this government. We're proud to be Canadian, and we're going to fix it after the next election. But since the Finance Minister doesn't like answering the complex question, let's start with an easy one. Last year, she made a commitment that the deficit would be no greater than $40.1 billion. Mr. Speaker, this goes exactly to the Finance Minister's credibility. Will she confirm that last year's deficit was less than $40.1 billion, or has she broken yet another deficit promise?
Hear, hear.
The Honourable Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance. One moment, please. The Honourable Member from York Simcoe, please. The Honourable Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance.
Mr. Speaker, if the Conservatives are so keen on supporting Canadians, as they like to claim every single day in this House, I have a great idea for them. Why don't we together give Canadians a tax break for the holidays? That's right. Why don't we lift the GST on prepared foods so a working mom can pick up a rotisserie chicken on the way home, make it easier for parents to buy toys for their kids for Christmas? If the Conservatives were honest, true to their professed ideals, they would be supporting us in this measure.
The Honourable Member for Lévis-Lobinière. Mr. Speaker, the holidays are coming right up. But because of inflation, Quebecers are struggling. 25% of people in Quebec won't be able to spend as much over the holidays, which is a sign that the food inflation we've experienced over the last 9 years is still causing problems. And the Bloc Québécois is complicit in this government's inflationary spending. It has also betrayed Quebecers by preventing an election this fall. Everyone wants to know, when will we finally have an election? The Honourable Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance. Mr. Speaker, it would seem that the member across the way is not looking at our economic data, because what the numbers show is that inflation has been within the Bank of Canada's target range for 10 months. And because of that success, the benchmark rate has already decreased 4 times. But we do agree that we need to support Quebecers over the holidays, and that is why we will be giving them a break on the GST. I hope the Conservatives will support us in that.
The Honourable Member for Lévis-Lotbinière. Mr. Speaker, the best gifts that Liberal Santa Claus and the Bloc Québécois elves have managed to offer Canadians for Christmas are inflationary policies. Canadians are struggling. They will spend less during the most wonderful time of the year because of this Liberal government's incompetence. The Bloc Liberal coalition is not a gift to anyone, Mr. Speaker. When will Canadians no longer need to make a wish list? When will they be able to receive the greatest gift of all, a Conservative government? The Honourable Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance. Mr. Speaker, Once again, this question is incoherent and it doesn't make sense when it comes to the economy. I am happy, though, to hear Conservatives talking about inflation because we have good news for Canadians. The good news is that for 10 months now, inflation in Canada has been within the Bank of Canada's target range. That is why we can afford to give Canadians a real Christmas present. A tax holiday, the GST break. The Conservatives should help us do so.